But living world content is a mere bridge to their climactic goal. Guild Wars 2's epic expansions, Heart of Thorns being the first. I've been playing MMOs since 1999, and by far, Heart of Thorns is the best expansion content ever published for any MMO to date. It's not merely an expansion, it's a manifesto of design ambition, world-building density, and mechanical refinement that elevated Guild Wars 2 to the upper echelon of MMOs. Set in the deep, vertical jungles of the Maguma, Heart of Thorns discarded the tired trope of lateral zone progression and replaced it with a multi-tiered maze-like maps that demand exploration not just across, but above and below. These zones aren't just beautiful, they're alive, pulsing with dangers, mysteries, and layered environmental storytelling. Mastery of the jungle isn't gated by gear score or level brackets, but by the mastery system, an account-wide progression model that redefined how horizontal advancement could be done. Instead of making old content obsolete, it gave the player more ways to play, unlocking gliding, mushroom bouncing, that gradually unlocked the full navigability of the world without ever invalidating earlier progress. Heart of Thorns stands as the pinnacle of ArenaNet's commitment to innovation, boldly challenging genre conventions and pioneering a new vision for how progression, exploration, and mastery can intertwine in a living online world. But what truly crowns Heart of Thorns as the most impactful MMO expansion of all time is its uncompromising dedication to shared challenge. The era-defining meta events, like the legendary Night Cycle in Verdict 3, the Battle of Tarir in Auric Basin, the King of the Jungle in the Tangled Depths, and the titanic dragon stand where you confront Mordramoth himself. Remain some of the most engaging cooperative experiences in the genre. With each map culminating in a zone-wide battle demanding coordination and persistence. Players are drawn together organically, not by dungeon queues or forced instancing, but by a world that feels genuinely endangered, by allies who are tactically necessary.
Don't let the creature get away! Up the tree, quickly!
No need! It's dying! We got it!
Moreover, its elite specializations add an additional dimension to every combat profession. Fractals received a complete mechanical overhaul. Raids entered the scene with exacting mechanical precision, and narrative beats matured with the tone of war, loss, and resistance. Heart of Thorns wasn't afraid to demand more from players, and in doing so, it delivered something that MMOs too often forget: a world that matters. I was delightfully surprised to learn that I am not alone in this estimation.
Heart of Thorns could just completely blew me away. And I would say this, like, I would put Heart of Thorns up against any MMO expansion from any game. It is one of the best MMO experiences of all time. Easily. Any WoW expansion, any Final Fantasy, any ESO, any part of RuneScape. Heart of Thorns was pure magic with how unbelievably good it was.
One of Heart of Thorns' most enduring innovations was the introduction of elite specializations. design leap that not only expanded the mechanical toolkit of each profession, but redefined what it meant to be that profession. While core content acquaints players with baseline specializations, Heart of Thorns introduced an entirely new layer. These elite specializations don't merely enhance a profession's identity, they invert, reinterpret, or wholly subvert it, unlocking new weapons, mechanics, and combat philosophies. A necromancer becomes a reaper, eschewing ranged control for a deathly scythe and melee devastation. Mesmers evolve into chronomancers, bending time itself to grant alacrity, speeding up cooldowns for their allies and transforming group play. Guardians become dragon hunters, becoming longbow-wielding zealots who trap foes with light and rain vengeance from afar. In the shadow of Mordremoth, the old ways were not enough. To survive what lurked in the jungle, professions had to evolve, transcending into something greater to confront a threat far worse. But it wasn't just individuals that needed to adapt. With Heart of Thorns, entire communities were given new purpose through the introduction of guild halls. Vast, customizable bastions carved from the heart of Maguma. These spaces served as both social hubs and operational strongholds, offering upgrades, decorations, and even unique guild missions, laying the groundwork for what would later evolve into player housing with Janthier Wilds, effectively distilling the community-driven essence of guild halls into a more personal experience.